No, I told everybody, like, every pitch, everywhere I went, I told them about a shoe that I really didn't like. Because they always tell you, like, be honest, you know, we need the feedback. That's how we make stuff better. I'm like, all right, I'm going to tell you how I feel about everything.
So it sounds like De'Aaron Fox has some pretty strong opinions about NBA shoes, huh?
Yeah, he's not even in the league yet, and he's already crapping on everybody's sneakers. That might be a risky strategy.
Yeah, so that's De'Aaron Fox hanging out in Los Angeles with Sports Illustrated's Andrew Sharp. Welcome to another episode of What Are Those, presented by Finish Line. I'm with the editor of The Crossover, Matt Dollinger. We got De'Aaron's opinions on a lot of different basketball shoes. We're going to react to some of what he had to say. Let's start with one of his favorite shoes. Apparently, he's a big Kobe fan. De'Aaron, what do you have to say about the Kobe's?
What's your favorite shoe in the league?
Kobe's, for sure.
I'm a Kobe fan.
I've been wearing the Kobe's. So I played in the 9s a lot this year, just because when I hurt my ankle, I just kept playing in them. But if I had to pick one pair of Kobe's, it'd probably be like the Kobe 4s. That's OGs. That's a long time. I think that's when he started low tops.
What do you think, MD?
First of all, when the Kobe 4 came out, De'Aaron Fox was probably 11 years
Yeah,
old, so
seriously.
he had no foot problems at all. He could wear whatever he wants probably and play basketball. You know, the Kobe's are probably one of the best sneaker lines ever, you know, especially in the later end. I think they've really come a long way from when he was with Adidas and everything, but you know, it's also a good idea to give Kobe some love. Maybe he'll be playing in Los Angeles. It's a good idea.
I know we're supposed to be reacting to the shoes in this video. Are you completely comfortable with him driving and doing this interview at the same time?
I did wonder about that.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem safe.
This is like, I don't know if Sports Illustrated had to take out an insurance thing. Seems like maybe for us, you know, I don't know, the liability issue.
Usually when you do the ride along, the guy isn't driving.
Yeah,
you just let
right.
him focus on the interview.
Exactly.
That's risky. Yeah.
All right, let's move into, De'Aaron had some takes about other shoes as well. Here's someone who was once Kobe's contemporary, LeBron James. What did De'Aaron have to say about the LeBrons?
You know how people are like, oh my God, LeBron's weigh so much and blah, blah, blah. I played in LeBron 9s and I saw no difference. Like, I was fine. So I'm like, man, the lightness and the weight of a shoe doesn't matter. If you're playing in a game, you're gonna be so locked in it that you don't feel that.
Now, this is youthful ignorance right here. I have to disagree with our guy De'Aaron.
It's just not true.
Yeah.
I don't care how locked in you are. I played in LeBrons. Those are heavy shoes. De'Aaron Fox is obviously a much bigger and stronger man than I am, but for a guard, I can't imagine guards playing in the LeBrons.
Also, I mean, the LeBron 9, the 14s and 13s are like really what we should be talking about here
Yeah.
at this point if you're gonna play in them. I agree, the 14s are super heavy. I like the 13s a lot to wear, but
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine playing basketball in them. I think the Soldiers, frankly, are like a much more comfortable basketball shoe at this point.
It's also pretty cool the fact this guy hasn't been to the NBA yet and he's already got a full idea of
Yes.
every different kind of sneaker he's played in.
Exactly, yeah. Just stick to one, man. All right, well, if you thought his LeBron takes were strong, he had a lot more to say about Kevin Durant. Let's roll that clip.
Uh-oh.
So the KD 9s are terrible. It was a KD with a strap on it that sucked too. Like, they looked good, but they weren't a good basketball shoe. I think it was a 7s. Yeah, it was a 7s because they were after the 6s, which were like crazy low. Which I like the 6s, but the 7s, horrible.
Horrible?
Yeah, taking shots at KD. My favorite part about this is somehow Kevin Durant is going to react to this as
Yes.
if it's the worst thing that's ever happened to him. He's going to be like, why me? Can you believe this? The disrespect. This is why I did, you know, X, Y, Z. I'm looking forward to Kevin Durant being really offended.
You usually don't hear too many people go after each other's sneaker brands just because you're basically going after that person. You know,
Yeah, right?
It's kind of personal at this point. So the KDs have done some weird things over there. Remember they had that one, the sock was like all the way up to
yeah,
here?
that was weird.
I have no idea what they're doing. So I kind of get it, but you know, that's bulletin board material.
Did De'Aaron Fox just sign with Nike too?
He just signed with Nike. I'm guessing he won't be wearing the KDs this season.
I'm guessing Phil Knight's going to give him a call pretty soon. Like, hey, son.
This is not how it works.
Yeah. Well, that's how he feels about the KDs. Of course, there's still one company that we haven't talked about yet. That's Adidas. Let's see what De'Aaron Fox had to say about the Adidas Crazy Lights.
Literally what I told him, I was like, it seemed like y'all grabbed pieces of paper and stapled it together and then put like an insole on it. Like, that's literally how because the Crazy Lights were crazy. Like, they were crazy light. Like you couldn't even, if you had them in your hand, you feel like you're holding a sock. But it was such a bad basketball shoe.
I wish I could have been in the room with the Adidas executives when De'Aaron Fox is looking at them, and it's like, it feels like you stapled some pieces of paper together. And he has a point considering who's Adidas's most famous endorser for a long time, Derrick Rose. We saw how that one turned out.
That's rough. Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, I just think I'm loving the honesty. At least he's not holding back.
True.
A lot of people are afraid to speak up to the sneaker brands.
You're right. I mean, maybe he'd already signed with Nike or knew this Nike deal was coming when he said this, because probably don't say that if you think you're going to sign with Adidas. He's kind of right, though. Those shoes are really light, but they almost feel like they're put together with staples. Like, it doesn't feel cohesive, so I kind of know what he's talking about.
Well, we should expect De'Aaron Fox not to be wearing Yeezys or anything like that anytime soon.
Right.
And of course, maybe the most, let's say, talked about sneaker brand the last couple years on the internet, at least, has been Under Armour, mainly for the Curry 2s and 3s. Let's see what De'Aaron Fox had to say about UA.
And Under Armour, so I played Under Armour when I was younger. So I kind of know about the torches, black ices. Like, this is when, like, Brandon Jennings was basically the face of Under Armour.
Yeah.
So I know about all those shoes. And they made some Micro G charges. They're kind of like the Kobe 9s, came up, like, high, but they were, like, ugly as hell. And I was like, yo, whoever designed that needs to be fired.
Whew. Man, he is not holding back.
I can't believe, first of all, how did we not ask him about Big Baller Brand?
Yeah, right.
Because I'm pretty sure that
We
take
failed.
would be
We
on
failed,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's tough. That's pretty critical.
I love how he was on the Under Armour is ugly train, like, way before the rest of us.
The other interesting thing, too, it's a generational thing. He grew up wearing Under Armour. I mean, nobody was saying that 5 years ago.
Very true. All right. Well, De'Aaron Fox, you're welcome on What Are Those anytime you want. Obviously, you have some very strong opinions about shoes. Make sure you stick to What Are Those presented by Finish Line for the latest on sneakers, style, fashion, and everything in between.